Welcome to CarSceneKorea. I introduce newly released Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars. And the car I have behind me today is IONIQ 6, as you can see. And not just 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as you probably saw, I'm here today to tell you 5 different things about IONIQ 6. And we have the cars right here, so let's get into it right away. And for the record, you are probably wondering why I'm wearing a mask. Well, here in Korea, the masks are still required here indoors. So that's the reason why I have it on. So please bear with me and let's get started. Just check out the car right there. So this car right here is the digital green pearl that we have. First thing that you didn't know about IONIQ 6 is this logo right here. For the first time ever, Hyundai implemented this thin, brushed out kind of a metallic feel to it. If you are a Hyundai owner or if you've been driving Hyundai, you can probably tell the difference right away. It's literally 2D'd. There is no surface that pops out. It is just flat. It's just really flush with the car. And I think it really goes well with the IONIQ 6 overall. Not is it only just really flush and thin, but it looks so sleek and upscale. What do you think? If I were to get an IONIQ 6 and future Hyundai cars with this emblem, I would definitely black this out. Or I have other people already that have photoshopped the logo with the prophecy style, where they have just left out the outer part of the circular area and kind of have finished with a different color with the letter H in the middle. So that probably also adds and helps with the coefficient of drag, which is actually the second point. Well, let me show you and explain you with the different color. So once again, this is the digital green pearl, and all the colors that are up for the display here is fully loaded option. And for your information, I've gone through the review of the IONIQ 6, both exterior and interior, extensively. So go check that out. Let's go actually check out this color right there, which is Gravity Gold Matte. And this right here is the Serenity White Pearl. Personally, I think this is one of the best looking color on IONIQ 6. Just look at that reflection. Oh my God. The rear shines the most, but of course, let me get to the second point. The second point that you didn't know about IONIQ 6. That is the coefficient of drag, and that number is actually 0.21. You may not find that number to be extraordinary or stunning per se, but let me actually give you some of the numbers of the other vehicles. And let me get started with Kia EV6. EV6 has 0.28, and Tesla Model 3 has 0.23, Porsche Taycan has 0.22, and Mercedes-Benz EQS has the lowest, which is 0.20, but that's off by 1/100th of the number. As we can see, IONIQ 6's sibling car, IONIQ 5, has 0.28. So that number actually means a lot. And you guys know what I mean if you are an EV owner / driver, because that number adds to better driving distance and much better battery efficiency overall. Just look at the profile of this car. Absolutely gorgeous. Once again, Gravity Gold Matte. Let me show you the trunk, because I was not able to capture the detail, how spacious it is on my previous video. I just don't know why, but I forgot to. So right here, this is the inside and cargo space of the IONIQ 6. And you can pull the lever here. There is nobody sitting on the second row. So pull this to fold the second row seat. And let me show you again with the seats folded so I can show you the better view. Come around, has the flush door handle, as we know. And by the way, it's super spacious inside the IONIQ 6, especially on the second row seat. You will be surprised, trust me. So fold the seats of the second row seats like that, and coming around. So this is the trunk compartment of the IONIQ 6 with the second row seats folded. So there is actually a huge hump right there. It's not those diving seats, so something for you to keep in mind. The nature of the car being a sedan, it's not the largest trunk compartment that you would find from the E-GMP chassis built EVs such as EV6, IONIQ 5, GV60 and such. However, do keep in mind that this is a sedan after all. Given that, I truly think it's worth noting the size of the trunk. What do you think? Once again, with the second row seats all the way straight and up, that is what you would expect to find the trunk compartment of the IONIQ 6. Oh, the lock button, it's because of that. All right, so that's how it closes. Just look at this beautiful spoiler, by the way. I absolutely love it. So that's the gravity gold matte, and the third point I wanted to point out on IONIQ 6 that you didn't know, and I really bet you didn't know this one, that is this antenna right here. So it's actually, can you see it up close? It's actually transparent. It's not like super clear type, but it actually was really clear on the pre-production model, but they have actually blacked it out or tinted it a little bit, but I can still see some parts inside. Actually, let me detach my GoPro and show you super up close, like so. So you can see the components inside, and this is actually the first thing and first time we've seen such on a production model. So that's just a big shout out and amazing thing. This little fine details, you know, it makes the difference and make the car stand out, and also makes it uniquely IONIQ brand, I personally think. What do you say? So let's move on to the fourth point. Well, this is my personal favorite color, but since it's all the way inside the showroom, it's not getting all the attention or the love. So let's actually hop in and let me show you the fourth point. And by the way, you can grab anywhere here and close the door so easily, like so. So the fourth point is actually within this steering wheel. And if you are driving IONIQ 5 owner, you are probably wondering what the difference is right here, but it's actually these 4 dotted lines. So Morse code of letter H is actually 4 dotted lines. So 4 dotted lines, H for Hyundai, hence 4 dots right here. So this is like the brand identity of IONIQ now. What this does is actually it interacts with the driver. Not only does it light up to show you how much is being charged, how much the battery is there, but if you actually enable the voice recognition system, you see it right here? Let me turn off my lighting here. There we go. So when you actually have the voice control on, oh, probably please pick it up, GoPro. So it's actually changing the color.
검색된 결과가 없습니다.
So it's changing the color, like one of those things that we see on smartphones lately when you bring on the Siri or Bixby for that matter. Please capture it. All right, so it's actually lighting up in numerous colors. So that is what these dotted 4 dots are for. So this is what it feels like inside the cockpit of IONIQ 6. And once again, I've gone through the extensive review of the interior and exterior of IONIQ 6 right here, so go check it out. And also there's a video on IONIQ 6 N2B, so don't miss that out either. So some of the other things are actually, look at this seat right here. So press this button twice and it's going to ask if there is enough space on the back, and once you do that, it's going to engage the relaxation seat like so. And gotta be honest, it's not as comfortable as it was on IONIQ 5, but I mean, it's here, you know? Not only is it on the driver's seat, but there is also one on the passenger seat as well. So that is another takeaway if you didn't know. Just for your information, that's how much the tilt is. And to put it back up, just simply press this button again, it's gonna go up like so. Super easy. And some of you guys actually asked, there is a memory seat button for IONIQ 6 as well. And actually the 2 ambient lights that shoots up and down, so you can set it to different colors. So there are just so many color combinations that you can come up with on this model. they actually have a whole bunch of collection, which I'll show you one by one. Well, that takes us to the fifth and the last point of 5 things that you didn't know about IONIQ 6 today. And trust me, you are seeing this for the first time ever. So this is the key fob and key for Hyundai IONIQ 6. Starting with the left is the leather smart key cover, they call it, or pixel key cover right there. So that is like the silicone type, and that is actually what the key looks like for IONIQ 6. It has a big Hyundai logo right here. There is a lot of discrepancy about the shape and the look of the key itself, but I mean, well, you be the judge. I really want to praise the courage to take on this new attempt with the key design. I've never seen such design with any manufacturer thus far. Well, have you? Once again, one in the middle right here is the key fob of IONIQ 6, and the rest, that looks like, well, that is a leather as well. That is the leather. One of the tops are like the silicone material. So these are, the surroundings are the key fob or key cover. So that is the fifth and the last thing that you didn't know about IONIQ 6. But just check out this right here. This is actually, so this is what is underneath IONIQ 5 and IONIQ 6 and GV60 and EV6. That is, well, the chassis of the car. That is the E-GMP, which stands for Electric Global Modular Platform. That sits all underneath of the old cars that I have just listed, including the IONIQ 6. But what we see here is actually a phone charger, wireless phone charger. I actually want to get this one real bad. This is like the badass phone charger I've seen thus far. Now I know I have your attention. Let's go walk through some of the accessories they have here. So this is the Pixel Q light and clock, and that is the key ring. They all call it the Q ring, huh? The Q style. Has the paperweight pen. You don't need me to go through all this, but it's a stainless remover. Things they're coming up with. These are goodies. I actually love them. Oh, look at this. I actually got this one myself. I kind of want to say this is the reason why I came up here today. How do you think? So they actually have this one, and that is also the diffuser kit that you can have inside your car. I really love it when manufacturers pay attention to these things. And who knew? It would be Hyundai, right? So this is the Pixel character ring that I just told you about. I love it. And this is the lighting. How do you operate? Oh, look at that. So it has different levels of brightness. So it lights up in the middle right there. This is really cute. And well, you see, I've already gone through all 5 points, but there are some of the miscellaneous things I actually want to go through that are uniquely IONIQ 6. So let me go with the last color that I have not showed you yet and tell you 2 more things. So this car right here is Biophilic Blue Pearl. The video is not doing the justice because it will actually show up and turn up that blue pearl, or actually the purple-ish color under the sunlight, but due to the lack of the lighting here, this is the best I can give you, but just do keep that in mind. So one more thing I wanted to point out is actually this gap closer right here, and it actually stretches out 25 millimeters precisely. And what it does is that it actually closes the gap with the front of the wheels and the tires of the car right here. It helps with the less coefficient of drags to be achieved. So little things like these, and probably or perhaps the logo that I pointed out, come all together and derive that crazy number coefficient of drag of 0.21 on IONIQ 6. And that is possible because the front of the wheel actually only does the vertical movements, right, up and down. Therefore, this is the dead space foregone, and Hyundai got creative with that. Well, now we're seeing that on IONIQ 6, the production model. I have a good feeling that we'll see more of that on other future EVs to come as well. This is absolutely clever right here. some of you guys actually have pointed out and was worried the durability of this, because during the winter time, this is where all the ice and the heavy weights get collected, Netherlands, Swiss and all. So you see, it actually is held super strong to the bumper, so you don't have to worry about that unless you're worried about your bumper getting ripped off. These cars actually go through a vigorous test because they have, Hyundai Motor Group has test station in deserts and the tundras and all that, so you don't need to worry about it. And very last thing I want to go through, we could probably see that from this display as well, but also from the spoiler and of course the rear tail light. That is actually the number of pixels used on IONIQ 6. And that's also found on the headlights, even one in the middle right here. So it's actually found everywhere. 736 pixels overall in this IONIQ 6. And that's excluding there's some diagonal shaped, hexagonal shaped kind of looking thing to it. So it's only the pixels that's been used on IONIQ 6. All right, so that's it for today's video. 5 things that you didn't know about IONIQ 6. Probably it was more than 5. So what do you think? How did you like today's video? Don't forget to like and subscribe CarSceneKorea if you did, and I'll see you in the next video. So I actually want to show you, they have this paint colors right here up for the display. Let me quickly show it to you. Abyss Black Pearl, Serenity White Pearl, so that is what we saw, and Gravity Gold Matte. So I mean, they are the exact same paint, but it looks so different when it's put on the car. So this is the transmission blue pearl that I saw on my full detailed review of the IONIQ 6. So this is nocturne gray metallic biophilic blue pearl. So that is what we saw on the darkest area here today. So I'm just trying to show you the various angles here. This is the digital green pearl, also another car that we saw. And I really want to capture this car, this color, the ultimate red metallic, because I really think it looks so sexy on IONIQ 6 with this red metallic color. I will try my best to capture that color ASAP. And that is the digital green matte color. They are doing the absolutely amazing job with the matte colors lately. So this is the Frunk for all-wheel drive model. So it actually has the smaller trunk, or frunk, as we can see. So depth of my hand, it only actually goes up to about just that much depth that it's gonna go down to. Nice IONIQ engraved right here. So that is the all-wheel drive or dual motors. Let me show you the two-wheel drive. Serenity White Pearl is actually the two-wheel drive or single motor, one motor on the back. So we're gonna get larger frunk on the front. So let's go check it out. So let's go pop the hood. And for some reason, I actually want to feel like I have to watch out my vocabulary here, because so many words are different, as we know, right? For EV and internal combustion cars. Well, still, it's a hood. Pop the hood works on this one. So this is the two-wheel drive model. So that is the gigantic frunk that we get, as we can see. So it was just about the depth of the finger here and there, right? But just you be the judge. But this is truly massive and gigantic compared to the all-wheel drive that we had. So this time for a two-wheel drive model, this frunk is actually designed to be used, because look at the finish around here. They have the rubber also that is actually an exact match to this carved out area of the hood and bonnet. This is massive, and I like how they have this grill right here. This comes really handy and practical from time to time, as we all know. So that truly is it for today's video. All right.